It has been an extremely rocky launch for the new generation of consoles, and that's without even considering the hardware problems, from odd noises to system errors, and DualSense drifting. Yeah, that's a lawsuit that's forming right now, and it's not looking good. The biggest question for many is just, why are these new systems so hard to find? Well, there are more reasons than just scummy eBay listings. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Ty with MojoPlays, and this is why you don't have a PS5 or Xbox Series XS.
I did it! Second in line, and all I had to do was miss 8 days of work.
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. It's easy to point fingers at resellers, and frankly, we wouldn't blame you for resenting them.
You cannot get your hands on it, if you're trying online, good luck.
Many PlayStation 5 and Series X scalpers have listed their consoles well above double the retail price. And this is during a pandemic, where people are still losing jobs and struggling for cash.
I'm just planning on selling it, making quick $300.
Whereas some resellers are simple folk trying to cover bills, others are killing it by using bots to buy up hundreds of units. These automated programs monitor websites for stock and blast through checkout in milliseconds. Even websites with CAPTCHA systems already in place have found their methods compromised, and it's resulted in consoles selling out within minutes.
Sony has said they will have more stock before year-end, and Microsoft says they're working as fast as they can.
It's understandable that so many feel frustrated with resellers, as this situation is one of the worst we've seen in the gaming industry.
Out of my way, shorty!
Resellers have a history of scalping products to control markets, especially in the realm of video games. Even a year after the Wii launched in 2006, resellers were still buying up stores' minuscule supplies. But the last time that I, personally, have seen a shortage this bad was back when amiibos were still new.
This is the one my brother has.
With amiibos, it was just unregulated. I actually used to be a reseller during the Toys to Life craze. This is me, Ty, talking. From rare power discs for Disney Infinity to Nintendo's amiibo toys, I had tried to pay my bills in college by practicing reselling, being active primarily in the amiibo market. Eventually, I managed to keep a steady flow of stock that I began expanding my business onto my campus.
I'm in.
However, things got slightly harder when stores began enforcing the one per customer policy. Because I didn't want to be that guy who bought half the stock, I began limiting myself. I did notice, though, that the one per customer policy was not enforced properly.
Thanks again.
In practice, the one per customer policy doesn't actually mean that you, as a person, are limited to a single unit. You can buy as many as you'd like, but you have to go to the back of the line and purchase each unit separately, giving everyone else a chance.
Oh, get out of here, Homer.
Homer? Who is Homer? My name is Guy Incognito.
Online stores have done something similar, forcing resellers to buy multiple units across separate purchases. However, there's nothing to combat resellers using multiple bots simultaneously, allowing them to accrue numerous units with little resistance. At the time of writing, the United Kingdom government is currently reviewing a bill to combat abusive resellers, but we'll see how far that goes.
And the video game business is quite a big business. You're talking about a $20 billion business.
As much as we can gripe about resellers making it almost damn near impossible to enter the next generation of consoles, there is more to the problem, and it stems into production of the units themselves. Both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS use processors produced by AMD, known as the Ryzen 5000 series. Yeah, two competitive companies are conducting business with the same third party. The problem is that AMD makes products not just for Sony and Microsoft, but for dozens and dozens of other clients. To make matters worse, AMD creates their products from materials supplied by a company known as TSMC, who itself is suffering from a supply shortage required to make AMD's products. You see the problem here.
12 cores, 24 threads, and a boost up to 4.8 gigahertz. It's a very special product, the ultimate enthusiast processor.
So, you ask, why don't they just get their processors from someone else? Well, it isn't that simple given how quickly consoles are being brought up. Unreasonably high demand can make supply insanely hard to maintain. AMD is supposedly looking to outsource production to companies like Samsung in order to fulfill orders more quickly. Unfortunately, only time will tell if they will actually move forward with this, and if it will produce the same results as the units currently being made. AMD has stated that the shortage will last into the middle of 2021, but consoles on the other hand are looking to be in short supply until at least Christmas 2021.
And it's very important because not only is it assembling in the package, but then we do our final test steps, our final quality checks, and our final inspections.
Of course, there is one obvious cause of the shortage that we've only briefly touched upon: the pandemic itself. Several countries have had to close non-essential businesses and/or impose restrictions on workplace capacities. This has affected the productivity of many businesses and led to a number of layoffs across every industry. With fewer workers in factories now, it's almost impossible to keep up with the unprecedented demand. We've seen the effects in other areas of the game industry too, as more and more titles are being delayed to this day.
Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong.
Indeed, 2020 could not have been a worse time to launch a console, and this is something Sony has acknowledged before. This was what stirred concern about the PS5 and Xbox Series XS before launch. Other business decisions have led to larger questions about priorities. Weeks before launch, Burger King got their own stash of 1,000 PS5s to use for a massive giveaway. Microsoft would do something similar with Taco Bell, but only supply a modest 20 Series X consoles. And let's not forget the outlets and influencers who would get their own consoles to help drive hype for a product that no one was going to be able to buy.
The graphics, just from the commercials that I've seen, look incredible, like you're watching a movie.
In hindsight, the PS5 and Series XS should have simply been delayed. While these consoles are flying off the shelves, they have been in a way that feels disingenuous. Did these consoles really need to launch before the end of 2020? Why couldn't they have been delayed to 2021? Why manufacture the hype for a product when supply is so low?
We did speak to one gentleman earlier who's been sleeping on a blow-up bed, and get this, Dan, he's been on it for 22 hours. This man is determined.
Why not use the downtime to bulk up the stock before making a massive launch? Was it really necessary to launch during a global crisis? Or worse, a holiday season in the middle of a global crisis? Is there anything that can be done to mitigate the problems cropped up by resellers? So far, the only question we can answer is why you may not have a PS5 or Series XS, and why you may not get one for a while.
And that you could have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.